Today we are in the Clermont, Florida area on the hunt for affordable homes, and I think I may have found them. So not only does our community have affordable homes, but our builders are currently offering closing cost incentives as well as lowered fixed interest rates. And not only that, but my favorite feature being that they include every single appliance. So not only are you going to save money on that monthly mortgage as well as your home, but they are also going to save you money coming right out of your pocket. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you guys stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss this one. And before we continue moving forward or jump into our tour, I want to make sure you guys know where we are currently located. And today we are in Groveland, Florida. Today we're checking out a community in Groveland, and nearby cities Mascot and Mineola are not too far away. And our community is marked on the pin drop and is only going to be about 15 minutes away from downtown Clermont. Clermont is known for its rolling hills, lake views, and small town charm. It also is home to the massive Olympus project in the new Wellness Way corridor, bringing sports, healthcare, and entertainment right here to the area. With new communities, great schools, and plenty to do outdoors, Clermont has quickly become one of the most desirable places to live in Florida. Now, our community is only going to be under 40 minutes away from downtown Orlando, giving you access to everything Central Florida is known for: world-class theme parks, incredible shopping and dining, along with major sporting events and huge entertainment venues. And of course, endless job opportunities. And downtown Tampa isn't going to be much further either, only being an hour and 15 minutes away from our community, giving very similar amenities to Orlando, but adding on our West Coast beaches. So whether you're looking to spend a weekend out at Disney or our West Coast beaches, or even a night out downtown, Groveland is close enough to keep the excitement right at your fingertips. Welcome back, everyone, and if you're new to me or my channel, my name is Dylan Concepcion, a real estate advisor in the Central Florida area, and I help people buy, sell, and relocate to Central Florida. So if you're thinking about making a move, reach out to us because we'd love to help you make that decision. All my information is going to be on the screen as well as in the description. Now, before we kick off today's home tour, I want to make sure you guys know what's going on in the community, and we're going to have homes ranging in sizes from starting at 1,400 square feet going all the way above 2,500 square feet, and we have both townhomes and single families in this community, with prices starting in the low 3s going all the way up to the low 4s, giving families the flexibility of affordability in this community. And the home we're checking out today is going to be our Holly. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, sitting right at 1,455 square feet of living space with a 2-car garage. Now, just so you guys are aware, at the end of the video, we go over a numbers breakdown detailing things like our loan options, down payments, as well as what you can expect a monthly payment to look like in a home like this. So if you're curious about the educational side of this home tour, make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video for that. So with that being said, let's kick this home tour off, and I'll meet you guys at the front of the home. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, welcome. We are going to kick this home tour off stepping outside of the home. And the first thing we're going to see is that we have pavers going all the way up to our 2-car garage, as well as stacked stone on this elevation. And those come to you guys as standard features, which is definitely a nice thing to see. Now, some other standard features we're going to get is going to be our Ring doorbell, as well as our electronic lock code to get into the home. Now, let's step inside the home. We don't walk into a foyer. We have this open space that we step directly into. What you guys are going to see our dining space, as well as our living space, and those double lanai doors. And this is going to be the smallest single family home in this community. Remember, we have townhomes, but for our single families, this is going to be the smallest one, and it's a perfect starter home. Perfect for either smaller families or someone looking to start a family, or even if you're an empty nester and you're looking for something, you're looking to downsize into something low maintenance, this is a great option. Now, today we are walking through a quick move-in home. So the features you guys are going to see is exactly what you're going to get in this home. And I'll continue to point out standard features as we walk through. Just behind me is going to be the living space, and we will get back to that. I'm currently standing in the dining space, where I feel like you're going to have a good amount of dedicated space for your dining room table. Whether it's a rectangular, square, or circle-shaped table, you're going to have a good amount of space in this area for that. Now, just across from our dining room is going to be our kitchen. And we do not get an island in this kitchen. We're going to get that L-shaped counter with breakfast bar. And you could probably fit about 3 to 4 bar stools under our breakfast bar. And then on top of the counter, you're going to get quartz countertops. And then you're going to have those double sinks right on top of the countertop as well. And matching these all white quartz countertops is of course going to be our all white kitchen. We're going to get 36-inch upper white cabinets with no crown molding, and you're going to get the hardware included as well with a nickel finish, and that is going to be a standard feature. What we're seeing is going to be a standard kitchen. Now something that's really cool is that we get all the appliances. Now our dishwasher was just right there under our breakfast bar area next to the sink. And then behind me, we're going to see we have our microwave and then our oven stove combo. Now above the microwave, we're going to see that we get no Ranger hood and no soft close. Those are two things that you would not get in the home. Now soft close is easy to add. That's also inexpensive, something you could do after close, really simple. Now, easily one of my favorite features in this community is that we have an all natural gas community. So the stove we are currently seeing is going to be a gas stove, which is definitely a lovely feature. So if you love the gas appliances and the fact that this is a gas community, I mean, you're saving a little bit on your electric bill. So definitely nice to see. Now just behind me is going to be our refrigerator. I said all appliances, not just the standard set. So you're going to get your refrigerator along with your washer and dryer as well. So that is going to be a huge feature. And if you're new to new construction in Florida, typically the standard appliances that every builder gives is going to be your oven stove, your microwave, and then your dishwasher. Now just to the left of me is going to be our pantry. Just behind me is the laundry room that takes us to our 2-car garage. Let's take a quick look at this pantry first. And in the pantry space, you guys are going to see we don't get a walk-in, but you have plenty of shelf space. Definitely enough to store all of your family's goods. And like I said, behind me is the laundry room, which takes us to our 2-car garage. And you guys are going to see that we have a washer and dryer, and those are included as standard appliances. So that is a huge feature in this community. Now, just to the left of me is going to be an HVAC closet. So nothing too crazy, as you guys can see. Just behind this door is going to be our HVAC. I like to show you guys what's behind every door so you guys aren't left to wander. Now, behind this door, right, is a divot space. And I would love to see this little space turned into a linen-like closet. You add a few shelves up there, and you guys have a nice little storage area for linens inside the laundry room. Just behind me is going to be our 2-car garage. So let's go ahead and take a look. And one thing I like about the flow and design of this floor plan is that our 2-car garage is right here, and I'm a one-trip warrior, so I believe, and I'm not making more than one trip to bring my groceries in. And with the 2-car garage right there, you or your kids are gonna bring everything in, and it's a very short walk to drop everything right there on our counter space. So that's definitely a nice design in my opinion. Now we're going to walk into this little halled space where you guys are going to see your next 2 bedrooms and then our first full bath. So we're gonna start off with bedroom number 1, just to the right of you. And inside bedroom number 1, we change from our ceramic tiles onto our cozy carpets, which is going to be standard features. And then you're going to have one side facing window inside this bedroom, as well as a single recessed lighting above. And then we're going to have the sliding doors that take us to our walk-in closet. And just next door is going to be our bathroom as well as our next bedroom. So let's go ahead and start off with our first bathroom. Where you guys are going to see, you're going to get a shower tub combo, and it does come with a plastic insert, as well as a single vanity sink with the same quartz countertops and white cabinets and same hardware that we saw in our kitchen. Now, just outside of our bathroom is going to be a small linen closet where you guys will see you get 5 shelves, giving you a decent amount of space to fit all those guest linens in the home. Now, just behind me is going to be our second bedroom. Let's check it out. We're switching back from our ceramic tiles onto our cozy carpets once again. And just like our first bedroom, you get a single side-facing window along with the single recessed lighting. And then you're going to get the same sliding doors that we just saw, taking us directly to our closet. And that is going to wrap up this little section of the home. And if you're still watching at this point, I want to take a quick second to say thank you. I appreciate it, as well as let you know the best way to reach out to me, which is going to be my Calendly link in the description, which will take you to my calendar where you guys can directly put yourselves into my schedule with either a 15-minute phone call or a face-to-face Zoom appointment, which gives me the opportunity to meet you guys face to face. And I just want to see those lovely faces and beautiful smiles. And if that's too much for you guys, then all my information is on the screen as well as in the description. You can call and text me at any time, and it's going to be right next to the Calendly link as well. So whether you guys are ready a week from now, 6 months from now, or a year from today, it's never too early to game plan. Remember guys, professional athletes do not get ready in the season. They get ready before the season. So keep that in mind. It's never too early to game plan. Let's segue back into the home. We are currently standing in the living space. You guys see we get a wide open living space back at the front of the home. And remember guys, those tiles that we see on the floor are going to be our standard ceramic tiles. And we're going to have a beautiful wall just right there, perfectly positioned for that 75 gagillion inch screen television you guys are going to bring in. And we also have a little bit of natural light coming in from these sliding lanai doors, taking us to our backyard space, where you guys will see that we do not have a covered lanai. You have a slight extended concrete slab along with a decent amount of backyard space. And now stepping back in from our backyard space, we have one more location to check out, which is going to be our master bedroom. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. Stepping into our master bedroom, we switch once again from our ceramic tiles onto our cozy carpets. And we're going to have a good sized master with one recessed LED light and a single rear facing window. And I briefly pointed this out earlier in the tour, however I did not showcase them. We get blinds. That is going to be a standard feature on all windows and the lanai doors. And you can see that they're the fancy ones that go up and down. You don't need to worry about them shitty drawstrings, right? So we're gonna walk this way to our master bathroom. And stepping into the master bathroom, we have two doors on the left and right of me, which are going to be his and hers closets, which is easily one of my favorite features. Showcasing that the closet on the right is going to have a little bit more space, this being the hers closet. And then on the left would be a slightly smaller closet, which would be dedicated for the his. And you guys know how it works by now. We get the leftover spaces. This is pretty much just enough space for that special someone in your life to come in and inhabit it all. And then we get the leftovers. Now in our master bath, we're going to get an all glass step-in shower enclosure, and it's going to come with the plastic insert just like we saw in bathroom number 1. And we get a good amount of recessed lighting in here above our shower, as well as our double vanity sinks. And you're going to get the same quartz countertops along with the same white cabinets that we saw earlier in our kitchen and previous bathrooms. And then just right behind me is going to be our throne room, where you guys will see that you have a designated space for the throne. And what I like about the throne room is the separation and privacy it provides, being that if somebody's showering or using the sinks, it doesn't interfere all that much with whoever might be currently sitting on the throne. And with that marks the end of our tour. So thanks for stopping by, you guys. And I truly do appreciate any love and support you guys send my way, especially if you're still currently watching. All that's left for you guys to do is stick around for our numbers breakdown, where we go over loan options, down payment, as well as what you can expect a monthly payment to look like in a home like this. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you guys stay tuned, and I'll meet you guys for the numbers breakdown. Peace. Welcome back everybody, and thanks for stopping by our class. No coach sheet today, just coach me. So I'm gonna jump straight into it today, starting off with our home value. Now this home's original price was $355 and has had a huge price decrease, giving us a new updated price of $325 for our quick move-in home. So let's talk about what a monthly payment looks like at this purchase price. We're gonna go in with an FHA loan at a down payment of 3.5%, giving us a down payment of $11,200 for our down payment. And you're gonna need a credit score of 580 to qualify for the FHA. Now, our interest rates are floating around in the 6s. However, our builder is currently offering a 1% buy down fixed for the entire 30 years of your loan. So I gave us a 5.5%, giving us a monthly payment of $2,212. And that's going to include your HOA, your CDD, along with your property taxes, but no PMI. Speaking of HOA and CDD, we have an HOA in this community of $112 a month and a CDD of $143 a month. And that's going to cover things like your 2 community pools that are being built, a children's playground, a butterfly garden, and a dog park, along with some walking trails throughout the community. Now moving forward, we're going to jump into our incentives. Like I mentioned earlier, we have the 1% buy down. So whatever your interest rate comes back at, if you have a 6.5, a 6.7, whatever it comes back at, you're going to be bought down an entire percent. And you're also going to get up to $15,000 in closing costs for our quick move-in home. Now, moving forward, we're going to jump into our taxes, but I am not a lender, so I want you guys to keep in mind that all the information I bring to you guys is for educational purposes only, to kind of give you guys an idea of where to start. So don't go attacking nobody saying, oh, but Coach C, look, all these numbers are subject to change. So if you want the most up-to-date and accurate information, make sure you reach out to me and we got you. So starting off with our property tax estimate for the annual tax bill, it's going to be roughly around $4,100 for our property taxes. And now some good news to hear for you guys is that our insurance has a quote of $80 a month. So just under $1,000 a year, which is huge for our insurance for our new homes. Now jumping forward, we're going to move into some more loans. We already went over our FHA, so now we'll start with our conventional. In our conventional loan, the most common down payments we see are 3%, 5%, and 10%. So at 3%, our down payment is going to be $9,750. At 5%, our down payment is $16,250. And at 10%, our down payment is going to be $32,500. Now, if you wanted to pay 20% down and completely wipe off that PMI, you're going to pay $65,000 for your down payment, which would completely wipe off that PMI from your conventional loan. Now, I'm frequently asked, what's the difference between FHA and conventional? And it's going to be that PMI, our primary mortgage insurance, where with an FHA, it's going to be there the entire duration of the loan, versus with a conventional, as I mentioned, you can pay 20% down and completely have that PMI taken off of your mortgage, saving you however many hundreds of dollars it may be. Now, if you're going with an FHA and for credit purposes or down payment purposes, it is okay once you guys pay down that mortgage and own 20% equity in the home, you guys are able to refinance into a conventional loan and have that PMI completely removed. And now before I jump into our next few loans, I want to talk about our Hometown Heroes program, which is a down payment assistance program giving first-time responders, so teachers, doctors, nurses, firefighters, and all of the such, an opportunity at down payment assistance. Now, you're going to get up to 5% of the purchase price with a minimum of $10,000 and a maximum of $35,000, and you are going to need a credit score of 640 to qualify for the Hometown Heroes. And now moving forward, we're going to jump into our USDA loan, a 100% financing loan. Now USDA has location requirements, which is good and settled in Groveland, as well as income requirements. So keep that in mind as you guys utilize this information. And you'll need a credit score of 640 to qualify for our USDA, just like our Hometown Heroes. And now moving into our final loan of the day, it is another 100% financing loan, which is going to be our VA. So shout out to all my veterans out there. We truly do appreciate everything you guys do. And the VA appreciates it so much that they hook it up with a 100% financing loan. It is a big whopping $0 down for your down payment. All my veterans are required to bring to the closing table is their closing cost, and you're going to need a credit score of 620 to qualify for the VA loan, just like our conventional. And now moving on to our final segment, which is going to be our closing costs. I usually calculate at a 4% rule of thumb. However, on average, a good rule of thumb is 3%. It just depends on builder as well as other factors as well. So again, I calculate at 4 to kind of give you guys a little bit of that extra buffer space. So at 4%, our closing costs are going to be $13,000 on our $325,000 home. And if you guys remember, your incentives give you $15,000 in closing cost incentives, so enough to completely pay down closing costs, making sure that you guys don't really have to come out of pocket all that much. So with that being said, that is our final segment. So thanks for stopping by, you guys, and back to me in the kitchen. Thank you, Coach Me. We appreciate you as always. And as you guys can see, we are back in the kitchen. Now, as a final recap, today we were in Groveland, Florida, once again, checking out our Holly model. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and sits right at 1,455 square feet, being the smallest home in our community. Now, this is usually the point in the video where I take a quick second to say thank you to anybody who's still watching, or if you've been showing love and supporting my channel previously, I truly do appreciate it. And if you haven't heard me say it yet, my name is Dylan Concepcion, a real estate advisor in the Central Florida area, and I go all over Central Florida touring new construction communities and homes so you guys don't have to. So if you found any value in today's video or my previous content, you should consider hitting that like button and subscribing. 1, because it is free and it helps my channel go a long way, and who doesn't love free things? But 2, it keeps you guys in the loop so you aren't missing any opportunities similar to this one. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.